What's good, sports fans? My name is Damian Adams from The Real Deal with Damian Adams, all right? So if you like these videos, you will love the podcast. Go ahead and search The Real Deal with Damian Adams on whatever podcast platform you listen to, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, wherever you listen to podcasts, The Real Deal with Damian Adams is there. Put the full thing like a pimp named Slickback. The Real Deal with Damian Adams will show up and you will enjoy the content, all right? So today I want to come to you with my reaction to the San Francisco 49ers winning a thriller over the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome 48-46. Craziness. No one expected this game to be a shootout in that way. You got two very good defenses. The 49ers with the number one ranked defense coming into this game. And you get a straight up shootout. Craziness. And when you go to that last possession by San Francisco, the Saints had their shot to stop them. 4th and 2, and George Kittle gets free for the big gain, and then we add a face mask to it because Marcus Williams wants to, some reason, just grab the face mask and try to take down George Kittle in that way, which was just dumb, just stupid. But it's not all on Marcus Williams, right? Because it was man-to-man. You had C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the rookie corner, on George Kittle. And some people are going to question that move, right? Why would you put the rookie cornerback on the best tight end in the league in that situation? But I have no problem with it because George Kittle is too fast for pretty much all linebackers in the league, besides a select few. And you put a cornerback on him. You don't want to put Lattimore because you want to, save Lattimore for the best receiver. Eli Apple was getting torched all game, so you don't want to put him. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson's been having a really good season. I had no problem with that decision. The rookie just got beat on that play, which led to San Francisco winning the game. If Marcus Williams doesn't do the face mask, maybe you make it a harder field goal, but they still would have been in field goal range nonetheless. Just have to give credit to San Francisco in this matchup. But man, let's start with Jimmy Garoppolo. Porn star Jimmy, what they call him. He balled out. I feel that he does get away with a lot as far as throwing very pickable passes. Like one of the big touchdowns he had in this game, he threw deep. Marcus Williams in perfect position. And he's hand wrestling with the wide receiver, falls down. Wide receiver catches it. He falls down, but he's so open that he can get up and run to the end zone. But besides that, man, he was throwing a lot of dimes. He was killing with Emmanuel Sanders, man. Oh, my goodness. Emmanuel Sanders was killing Eli Apple, killing the zone. Whatever we did, Emmanuel Sanders was getting open. And he torched us today. Excellent game by him. I mentioned George Kittle earlier, who was relatively quiet up until that big game, but he came through in the clutch. For the 49ers defense, it wasn't, their best performance going against the Saints, but the Saints had a great game plan going in. Nick Bosa, man. Usually you can kind of scheme a defensive end out of the game. Like you'll see it with Chicago where a lot of people have been bringing up the fact that Khalil Mack hasn't been as productive this year. It's because teams are doing their best to scheme Khalil Mack out of the game. San Francisco does a good job of moving Nick Bosa around, and Nick Bosa does a great job of just never stopping. He's like freaking Jason in Friday the 13th. Like people running full speed, Jason just walking, chilling. And next thing you know, you fall, you trip, something happens, and Jason's killing you. That's Nick Bosa on the football field. He just never stops, and he was everywhere, man. That dude's an absolute monster. He's going to be, if he continues like this, man, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer for the San Francisco 49ers. For the Saints, Drew Brees absolutely killed it today. He only had one pass that could have been bad, but it wasn't on him. Michael Thomas slipped and fell on that drive, that last touchdown drive we had, and it could have been an interception to end the game. We got lucky in that aspect where the cornerback didn't catch it. Richard Sherman was out of the game at that point, too. That was a big thing. So if Richard Sherman was there, he probably catches that ball, and the game probably ends right there. But besides that pass, which, like I said, Michael Thomas slipped, Drew Brees was on it, man. He was absolutely killing it today. And I love what him and Jared Cook were doing early in the game. I said that Jared Cook could be the key for the Saints to win the Super Bowl. And I still believe that. Hopefully he can come back next week from his concussion. But they had no answer for Jared Cook. None. Like, he was just going to be open, He's too big, too strong, too fast, and he's going to be a problem come the rest of this season and playoff time for other teams. I really believe Jared Cook is the key to the Saints winning the Super Bowl, opening up lanes for Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Like what I saw from Traquan Smith, he didn't have a crazy game, but to come through clutch in that last drive was really big for him. Michael Thomas can't guard Mike. Best receiver in the NFL. You can't guard him, man. He is too good. Just an absolute beast, man. Hopefully he can break that record for most receptions in a season. Alvin Kamara, love seeing him get more touches, get more involved. Latavius Murray, love seeing what he did today, being strong, doing what he does, man. Just being a big running back. He was big in pass protection as well, man. So Latavius Murray definitely needs to get more time. Love the way we played the game. There's going to be some people who criticize us going for the 2-point conversion early in the game, which people can say came back to bite us later on. I'm not mad at us going for that 2-point conversion. Maybe the play call could have been different. Instead of running a little end around for Taysom Hill, maybe you just run up the middle, or you do a pass play. You do something that is just a little more efficient in that 2-yard range, or that 1-yard range in that aspect, and that that part of the game because of the penalty. But honestly, you got to put it on the defense. The defense had to make plays, and they didn't. Eli Apple, again, getting torched. So you can't blame the offense at all for this game. It's a defense. It brings you back to sadder times when you have a game like this. It brings you back to those years where we were 7-9 every year, and Drew Brees was out here throwing for 5,000 yards and all these touchdowns and breaking all these records, but we were losing because our defense was absolutely horrible. So we just have to remember that today is not the norm, right? Today was just a crazy game out of the blue. It's not the normal that's going to happen with the Saints. Hopefully our defense can bounce back next week, and we still have a chance to get number 1 seed if things bounce the right way. We just no longer have control over it, but we still can get a bye. A lot to play for still, man. So it's still going to be all day. Who dat? Say they're going to beat them Saints. Tough loss today, but we'll be back next week, all right? And until next time, go real or go home.